Okay, we're holding on Tzadik Dalet Amud Beis in the middle-sized lines. It says Maika Esarishan. That's what we're holding. So I can right in the middle of the page. That's 94b. We thank Hashem that we're able to learn Torah every day. It's of learning we should have Beis Hamikdash for Shleima, for Naftali ben Bela, and for everyone that needs her for Shleima, everyone else, for the safety of Eretz Yisrael, safety of the return of the hostages. Okay, where it says like this. My ka'es harishain hakel arza zvulun va'arza naftali va'achran hichbid derech hayam avar yardin galil agayim. We have this pasuk in Yeshaya referring to Sanhedrin that's coming to attack. So there's a contrast that's being drawn between the days of Chizkiah and the days of his father Achaz. Achaz was a wicked king, right? And remember, his father wanted to bring Chizkiah on the Achaz wanted to bring Chizkiah to Molech. We were learning about Molech, but his mother put the salamander skin on him or something, or oil on him, so he wouldn't get burnt. Anyway, in the days of Achaz, Hakal Arts is Vulnarts and Naphtali. In the first time, in the earlier time, they were lightly afflicted. Hakel was lightly the land of Zvulun and land of Naphtali. That's when Sanhedrin came to the north, and he took them all. He exiled them. Ba'achran in the days of his son in the later time, Ichbid derech hayam avar hayadin gal agayim. It was much more serious. He came through the sea. He passed through the Yarden, the district of the nations. Now the Gemara doesn't learn it like this. The Gemara says, "Like Rishonim shakalim amealim al Torah." This is the first word on the line is loy. It's the last of the skinny lines on the right side. Now we're holding on one line down on the first of the widest lines. Not like the earlier generation where they lightened up the yoke of Torah. They threw off the burden of keeping the religion. They were idolatrous in the days of Achaz. But in the later days, in the days of Chizkiah, that they were more heavy on the Torah. In other words, the yoke of the Torah became heavy on them, which meant that they kept it. Miracle for them was much greater. The miracle for them was similar to the ones that passed through the sea or those that passed through the Jordan, like Kriyas Yamsuf. Yeah, Chizkiah, that's this Gemara. It's coming up. Im Chazru by Mutav. Hashem said that if Sanhedrin will retract, then fine. Vim Lav, he won't retract and he'll continue on his way. Ani Eslei Golol Bagayim. I'll make for him Golol could mean either mockery or it could mean like excrement. Okay. Basically, I'll destroy Sanhedrin. After these matters and these truths, the king of Sanhedrin, the king of Asher came, Assyria. He came to the land of Yehuda. He came to the fortified cities. He said that he's going to preach and take it for himself. Gemara says, "Hi Rishna, Lahai Pradashna." This is the reward for this Pradashna. It's a nobleman. This is the reward for this for Chizkiah. He's going to get attacked. What does it mean after this matter and this truth? Ravina says, After Hashem jumped in and took an oath, he said like this: if I tell Chizkiah that Sancheriv is on his way and he's going to be passed into your hand, and you're going to be able to take over Sancheriv, you're going to conquer him. Hashta Amar, he's going to tell me, I don't need him, and I don't need the fright that he brings along with him. Yeah, so immediately Hashem jumped in and he took an oath to my Sinalei that he's going to bring Sancheriv. Hashem of hosts swore, saying, not the way I imagine is so it was. She asked he took him, and as I gave counsel, so it should stand up. So it should stand. Lishbar Asher Ba'artzi, but rather Assyria will be broken in my own land. Val Hare Avuseno will be trampled on my mountain. And will go away from them his yoke, and the burden from on his neck will go away. Okay, so what's going to happen over here? This was the Assyrian attack on the land of Yehuda, where a miracle happens and they were saved. Right? This is Sancheriv coming. Sancheriv goes to the north and he conquers the whole north. Then when it comes to the south, and Chizkiah is all frightened. Remember, he builds the water channel, changes in Ir David, he switches the way the water flows. He's afraid Sancheriv is going to poison it. So I think the Gemara Pesachim and the Gemara the sages were upset with him for doing that. Maybe the Navi was upset with him. Said, you just have to trust in Hashem. Hashem is going to save you. In the end, the angel comes and kills out all 185,000 soldiers. So here, Hashem is saying that it's not what you think it's not what was planned is going to happen. It's going to be in your own territory. Sancheriv is going to get wiped out. Rabbi Yechanan says, Amar HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Hashem said, Yavi Sancheriv Esiyati. Sancheriv and his entourage is going to come. V'yasa Evas L'chizkiel Esiyati. It's going to become an Evas. Evas means a trough, something for the animals to eat from. Sancheriv that's going to wipe them out is going to be food. You're going to use them as food. It says, on that day, we'll take the burden off your neck, on your back, on your shoulders. I'm sorry. And his yoke from on your neck. And he'll break the yoke because of the fat. Okay, what does that mean? Rabbi Yitzchak Nafcha explains, will break the yoke of Sancheriv because of the oil of Chizkiah. Chizkiah had the lights on in the shuls and in the base medrash, kept the lights burning. So what did he do? Not Sancheriv al Pesach base medrash. He took a sword and he put it on the entrance to the base medrash. Anyone that doesn't study Torah, will get poked by this sword. In the yeshivas, if you come late, they give you a knas. They give you a monetary fine. This would have worked better. You don't get a monetary fine; you get a sword. You get a poke. Yudaka means like pierced. Bad can be done by Beersheba v'lematza amaretz. He checked from Dan, which is the north, until Beersheba to the south. V'lematza amaretz. He didn't find anyone that was ignorant. That's quite an incentive. Migavas varantifras v'lematza tinekri tinekas ish v'isha. So he became Bilchus Tamatar. They went from Gavas to Antifras. I guess those are places. On the other borders, they didn't find a man or a woman that were not experts in the laws of Tumah Torah, which are very difficult laws. Everyone was studying the Torah. There's like the Renaissance. On that generation, it says, on that day, Yichya Ish Eglas Bakar Shteitzain. person will live off a calf, the cattle, and 2 sheep. What does that mean? Okay, let's see. Vaymer, and it says, Vaya bayemahu, and that day Kol Makam Asher Sham, Elef Gefen be'elef Kesef, L'shamar L'shisiya. Anywhere where there was 1,000 vines for 1,000 coins, L'shamar L'shisiya, it's going to be for just like thorns and thistles. What does that mean? They're going to neglect their businesses. Even though there's such value to the vines, yeah. But nevertheless, the Shamal Shasiya, they're just going to leave it because they're busy studying Torah.
I was wondering if this is connected to the blessing that they would settle with their cow and sheep if they were busy with Torah.
Yeah, they neglected all of the things that were expensive. Okay, then it says that the gathering, this is going back to the battle with Sanhedrin. It says that the gathering of the loot will be the gathering of a locust. Chasil is a type of locust, grasshopper. The prophet says to the Jewish people, Isfu shlalchem, go and gather the loot, because what happened was Sanhedrin in his army, they just died. They were killed, all of them, by the angel. So there's 185,000 soldiers with a lot of loot over there. So just go and take whatever you want. People said, do you want us to take for ourselves? Livzayis means just to loot, take spoils for ourselves. But do you want us to divide it with the government, with the king, and to do it, where the government takes, their percentage? No, just like the locust. Just like the locusts come, everyone takes their own thing. Also, the way you're going to take the spoils, each one will just take for yourself whatever you want. There's a difference between the locust and the bees. The bees are a hive. They work as one community. The bees are not independent. They look independent. They look like they're flying around, but really they're part of this invisible connection. They all work together. No, the locusts, the opposite. They come in a swarm all together. It looks like they're coming together, but really they're just coming to eat on their own. There's no well, they don't sacrifice their lives for the hive. That's what the locusts. That's not what they're doing. They said, we have a halachic shaila. The Sanhedrin is coming from the north, where he exiled all of the people from the north. So he has all the spoils of the Jewish people of the north. Now we're going to go and take from those spoils. We'll end up taking the spoils of the Jewish people. It's not really ours. Maybe we should have to return it. Amalehem, morning. It says, Kemesek Gavim Shekik by the roar of the waves. How do they translate Gavim? Waves, right?
It just says it like it's water rushing into pools.
Oh, Gavim is small pools. Yeah. Like the roar, Meshek is like the roar of the pools. Shekik by Shekik sounds like it's attached to it, connected to it. Just like these pools, they take a person from impurity to purity. Also, the Jewish money that was taken from the north, it becomes permissible for you to take, because the Sanhedrin came and took it as spoils. Now the Jewish people from the south, from Yehuda, is able to take it. To the Rav Papa, like Rav Papa says, Rav Papa, I'm going to mayiv tira b'sichin. It says that the Jewish people were not supposed to make war with Ammon and Moab. They attacked Midian, but not Ammon and Moab, right? But then they attacked Sichain. They conquered the land of Sichain. what had happened previously is that Sichan had attacked Ammon and Moav. So now, when they attacked Sichan, they actually were able to take the spoils of Ammon and Moav without actually attacking Ammon and Moav because it was taken over by Sichan. So it's sort of like the mikveh. The mikveh, they're saying the mikveh purifies the impure person that goes in. So too the nations purify each other. That you're able to now take it from them. This is what we're saying, that the Jewish people were able to take the spoils of Sanhedrin, even though that spoils came from their own brethren in the north, but they were able to take it. It got purified. Amar Rav Huna, you'll have to help me with this. If it's listed in numbers, are the locations given numbers there? I don't know which. Let's see. It says that Sanhedrin traveled 10 travels in that day. Shenemar doesn't have numbers. Okay, then you're just as good as me. Shenemar, as it says, Baal Is came to the place Is.
Ayas.
I'm sorry?
Ayas.
Ayas. Thank you. Pass me this one with the vowels, and you should have numbers. Anyone using the Quran? 94.
Should be after that.
Right? Map was yesterday. Okay. SMS is okay. No, he doesn't have numbers here either. Okay, let's see. Baal Ayas. He came to Ayas. Okay, so that would be number 1. We're looking for 10 places. So, Avar B'Migrain. I'm not pronouncing it right. Yeah, B'Migrain. He passed by Migrain. Okay, that would be number 2. Lemichmash, Yafkid Caleb. He gave over he left his tools in Michmash. Avrome Evra, that would be number 4. Passed by Evra. Gava Maloin Lano.
Not Evra, Mabra.
Oh, Avram Mabra. Okay, thank you. Ma'abara. Which means he went to Ma'abara.
Spells here.
Yeah, vowels, yeah. I have vowels here also in the Quran, but I'm looking at the Geva Maloin Lanu. They lodged at Geva. They have taken up, what is Geva? They've taken up the lodging at Geva. Oh, Geva Maloin Lanu was a place of rest for us. Maloin like an inn. Geva, the place of Gela, was a Maloin Lanu. That's number 5. Charda Harama. Second. Harama trembled. Givashal Nasa. Givashal fled. Okay. Where are we holding? That's 6 was Geva. Harama is that was 5.
No, Rama was 6.
Harama is 6. Givashal is 7. And Tzali Kailech Basgalim. Tzali is like rejoicing your voice. Basgalim. Akshiv Alisha. And Lisha listens. So that's Basgalim must be 8. Akshiv Alisha was probably 9. Ani Anasis. Poor Anasis. Anasis is a place. That would be 10. We should be done now. But Nadada Mad what's Madmena? Madmena. Nadada Madmena. Madmena is in flight. Yoshvi gave him Eizu. Inhabitants of Gabim, they flee to cover. Okay, so that's Madmena would be 11. And Yeshua gave him is 12.
But we already did give up.
I'm sorry?
Oh, gave him and give are different?
I think so.
Figured that was a nickname for the people from Geva. We gave him.
Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. Now it says, let's see, we'll see in a moment. This very day he shall halt at Noiv, shall shake his hand against the mountains of the daughters of Zion, the hills of Jerusalem. So you should stop at Noiv. So you're right. You're right. Maybe gave him is the same one. So Noiv would be 12 if that's the case. And then he waves his hand on Barstzion and give us Yerushalayim, the hills of Yerushalayim. Yeah. No,
If you
okay,
want
so it's not part of it, Rashi says.
in the art scroll on number 50, it says, since Bas Galim and Laish do not refer to locations, it emerges there were just 10, not 12.
Oh, okay, 1 second. The Gemara's going to go through that. Very good.
Sorry.
Okay. So, okay, that's why I was looking for the numbers. Now the Gemara says, Hani Tuba Haben. There's too many. You told me there's 10. I'm sorry, hello, what are you saying?
Yeah, I just they have the Hebrew and then the English, and then these were kind of separate. There's like one because here it says the Hebrew and then it's like one. Like for each time, it has in the translation for each. Like we
Oh, so it divided it into things. Okay, good. Mm-hmm. So are there 12 divisions there or 10 divisions?
If I did it separate, well,
okay. Says there's too many. You told me there's only 10 stops Sanhedrin took in one day. Now you listed 12 places. Gemara says, Tzali koilech baskalim navihu de karmela lekneses Yisrael. When it says, rejoice, your voices, daughters of Galim, or maybe Baskalim is the place, that's not one of the stops that Sanhedrin was taking. That is the prophet that's speaking to the Jewish people. He's saying to them, Tzali koilech baskalim, raise your voice, daughter of Galim, the daughter of Bita shel Avraham Yitzchak Yaakov, the daughter of Avraham Yitzchak Yaakov, Shas mitzvahs kagalei hayam, that do the mitzvahs like the waves of the sea. I guess it means a lot. Okay. Hakshiva Lisha. Listen, Lisha. It says, what does that mean? Mehai Lailit Tistifi. Don't be afraid of Lisha. Ela Istifi Minuvuchanetza Harasha Dematal Ka'arye. A layish is a type of lion. And he says, don't be afraid of the layish. You should only be afraid of the actual Aryeh, the other lion, which Nebuchadnezzar is compared to. The Matel means it's compared to. Shnemar Allah Aryeh Misayfchai. The lion will rise from his den. Okay. My Ani Anasis. What does it mean when it says, oh, poor Anasis? Anasis was a city. It says, Asid Yirmiyah ben Chilkim Isnabe. That means that Yirmiyahu Anavi is going to get up from Anasis. Alame Anasis is going to come from Anasis. Diksiv Yirmiyahu ben Chilkim Menachem Asher ben Anasis. He's from the Kayanim that lived in Anasis, Beretz Binyamin, in the land of Binyamin. That's the first chapter of Yirmiyahu. The Gemara says, Midami Hasam Aryeh HaChalayish. What's that question? Yirmiyahu calls Nebuchadnezzar a lion. And here, Nebuchadnezzar is called a layish. Okay, so 1 second. I thought it was Sanhedrin that was called a layish. Okay, I guess I got that wrong. When it said before Hakshiva Elisha, was there a note on that? Right on the bottom of the other page, of the last page. And it says, listen, Layish.
Yeah, it says, do not be afraid of this one, meaning Sanhedrin.
Right, so that's what I thought. Now the Gemara is saying that, why did you call Nebuchadnezzar the Layish when here he's called an Ari?
Yeah.
Because I'm not sure what happened there. I thought that was the Layish was Sanhedrin. Okay, whatever the case, I'm Rabbi Yochanan. Rabbi Yochanan says, Shisha Shemus Yesh Lari. A lion has 6 names. Elohein. They are Ari, Kfir, Lavi. Right? Lavi. It's a lion. Layish, Shachal, and Shachatz. Yeah, there's a guy that comes to my house. He was telling me that in Eiv, there's like a list of, there's like one pasuk that has 5 names for a lion. I guess that's what's being quoted here. Eiv 28, I guess it says.
Interesting that
Shachala.
those
Yeah.
two Bibas boys, Kfir and Ariel.
Kfir. Oh, it's not interesting. Wow. Okay. There's a whole bunch of different sources for each one.
First from Judges and then the last Torah, Psalms, and then
Right. Okay. Ihachi. So if this is the case, Batshalahu, if you're going to take away the Bas Galim, which we said was number 8, you're going to take away Lisha, which was number 9, take away Anasis, which is number 10. So then you're not going to have even we had 12, but now you're going to be less than 10. So the Gemara says, Avru me Evra, Ma'abra, Tartinenu. Those are 2 different places. Avru and Ma'abra. Those are 2 places. Okay. Okay. So that means number 4 and number 5 are adjusted. Okay. So those are the 10 places that he went in one day. What does it mean? At the end of the verse, it says that still today in Noiv you will stand. Probably. Until today, the sin of Noiv is still existing. Now, the sin of Noiv was when David was running away from Shaul. He comes to the city of Noiv, and they asked him, "What are you doing here without your entourage?" David was an important person by Shaul. He said, "I'm on a secret mission." They said, "Oh, what can we do to help?" He says, "I need food and I need a sword." So they gave him that. Anyway, it turns out he wasn't on a secret mission from Shaul. He was running away from Shaul. Shaul finds out about this, and he has Doeg goes and kills out the city of Noiv, the whole city. Now, this was a sin, and it's like a sin that's lingering on David, because of him it got killed. Definitely a sin for Doeg, and it's also a sin for Shaul, everyone that was involved in this. So Amrilay called this. So it was a massacre, right? The only one person survived, as we'll see later. But it says that the sin of, I'm sorry?
That was like the first Nova massacre.
Oh, wow. Wow. So it says the sin of Naiv was still existing up until that point. This is when Sanhedrin is about to attack, right? Amalei Kaldai, the Chaldeans told him, if you go today, you'll be able to conquer Yerushalayim. And if not, you won't be able to conquer it. A trip that should take 10 days, he was able to take in one day. He comes to Yerushalayim. Shadile Bistarki Adesalik Yosef Mi'ilu Shura. That's a little strange. He throws Bistarki, which are types of carpets or rugs, until he climbs up to the top, and he sits on top of the wall. Adechazi L'Kul Yerushalayim, he's able to see the whole Yerushalayim. Is that what they would do? They would pile carpets up and to climb up. So they would just make like a ladder, like a rope ladder or something. Anyway, he's able to look over Yerushalayim. Kichazio, he sees Yerushalayim. Yizuter Bene, it looks very small in his eyes. Amar, Alaydoi Kartid Yerushalayim, this is the city of Yerushalayim. The Allah Gishas Kol Mashirisi, that I shook all of my forces. Allah Kapshas Komadinsa, and because of this, I conquered all of these countries. I'm coming to get this. This is like a letdown. There's nothing here. Alayhi Zeira. This is so small, Bechalsha and weak. We call Karche Amaya the Kavishas B'Tkayif Yadi. In all the other lands that I conquered with the strength of my hand, I conquered so many places. And now this is like the climax, and I'm getting nothing. Anticlimactic. Allah Vikam, he gets up. Manid Beresha, he shakes his head. Maival Amaisi Biyade, because it means he waves his hand. Al Tur Beis Makdash of the Betzian. On the tour, I guess it means the wall of the Beis Hamikdash in Tzion, while as Rasa de Yerushalayim, and on the Azara, in the courtyard that's in Yerushalayim. Amri Nishti Beyada Idna. Nishti biyada idna. Let's. Oh, Amri, they said, Nishti biyada idna. Let's throw our hand at it now. Let's attack it now. Amalahu, he says to Mehisu, I'm surprised to start today. Lamachar aisi li kol chad v'chad minaychu gulme hereg minay. Says tomorrow, each of you will bring me a piece of the wall.
Wow.
That means like we don't need to even fight this. Each of you will just take one clump of the wall, and we'll just be 185,000 soldiers. So we just take one clump of the wall. It'll be a big, piece of cake, right? Miyad vayihi balayla hu. Immediately that night, vayetze malach Hashem, angel of Hashem goes out. Vayach b'machne asher meir shmeinim v'chamishem elef. 185,000 soldiers hit. We're smitten. We're struck. By Yashkima Babaika, they woke up in the morning, meaning Kulam Pagar Mesim, and they were all dead. I know what it means. They woke up, and that must be an expression. They woke up dead. It must be whoever was left woke up and they saw that everyone else was dead. 185,000 soldiers.
It was just angel knocking.
So when I went to the tour in Ir David, so there was this tour guide, this Israeli soldier girl. So she was telling us how strange plague came and killed the 185,000 soldiers. So there was this frum guy that was with us. He was a lawyer, but he says it wasn't a plague. It was the Malach Hashem. It was the angel of Hashem. He says, yeah, that's how we refer to the plague. And it was, it's okay. I have a different translation. It depends how you want to translate it. Okay. So,
This angel of
Malach Hashem, the angel of Hashem. Okay. Amar Rav Papa, this is what Rav Papa says. Hanad Amri Inchi, this is the way people say. There's an expression. Bas dina batal dina. If a judgment is laid to rest, bas means to rest. So then it becomes nullified. Okay. Now we start this interesting topic. Yeah, when something gets postponed, then it's like already weakened. Okay. It says the Yishbi b'Naiv asher b'Yelidei Harappa. Yishbi was a Naiv. He was that was from the children of Harappa. Harappa is Arpa. Remember Rus and Arpa? Well, Arpa is the mother of Goliath. Remember the giant that was shouting at the Jewish camp, telling them that to send one of your men to come and fight with me. And then David came and killed Goliath's sling, right?
Is Goliath Goliath?
Sorry?
Goliath is Goliath?
Yeah.
Huh.
So, like David and Goliath. So his mother, Goliath's mother was Arpa. Here it's called Harappa, but it's that's Arpa. And he had a brother. Goliath had a brother. His name is Yishbi. Mishkal.
Famous TV star.
No, because that's Oprah. This is Arpa.
They misspelled it. Is there another biblical person by that other name, or is
By Oprah? There is a name Ophir. I don't remember exactly who it is, but okay. So, and the kinai, Mishkal kinai, the weight of his spearhead, Shalishmeis Mishkal Nachashas. It's 300, the weight of 300 copper. Who Chagar Chadasha, and he's wearing a new garb. Let's say armor there. But Yoimer Lahakis is David. And he says he wants to kill David. My Yishbi Benaiv. What does it mean Yishbi is a knife? Rav Yudah Marav, Ish Shaba al Iski knife. This is a man that's coming because of the matters of knife. Why is he coming on the matters of knife? That's we'll see in a second. We'll see in a second. The Gemara will explain. Amalei HaKadosh Baruch Hu David. Shem says to David, how long do you want to have this sin hiding on your hand, like the skeletons. But how long do you want to have this? Al Yadcha Naharga Noiv Irakainim. It's because of you that the city of Noiv, the city of Kainim Noiv, was destroyed. By Yadcha Nitra Daigadami, because of you, Daigadami that killed out Noiv. It's funny that David gets blamed for this, but David was running away. Noiv was totally innocent, but David he used them as like to hide there and to take. Okay, so because he's getting punished because you lost his world to come. And because of you, because of what you did, because Shaul had Naiv killed out, so Shaul and his 3 sons died in the battle with the Plishtim at the end of Shmuel Aleph. I'll give you a choice. This is the game. You dare something. What would you rather, right? So, rather lick a garbage can. They play this crazy game. Okay, over here. Would you rather that you get handed over to the enemies or that your descendants get wiped out? Amar Lafan of Rabbeinu Shloim says, Master of the world, Mutav Imtzer Biad Oyev Leyich Lazari. I'll take it on myself. I'll get handed over to the enemies, but my children should be safe. One day, Nafak Lishkar Bazai. How do they translate that? Lishkar Bazai. When hunting. And what's Bazai?
One day King David in brackets went hunting.
They don't translate the Bazai.
Satan appeared.
Here he says, to hunt with a falcon, from the Middle Persian, skar means hunting, and baz meaning falcon. There was a method of hunting extant in Persia and many other lands which the falcon would perch on the hunter's hand, and the hunter would then send the falcon to either capture the prey or to peck out its eyes. A hunting method widespread since ancient times. Falconry is still a popular sport today worldwide, including some Middle Eastern cultures. They have a picture over here of a guy with the falcon. So David HaMelech went hunting. Satan comes. Appears to him like a deer. Perfect prey. Pasuk Legiri shoots an arrow, but he doesn't reach it. Mashche. So it draws him until he finds himself. I guess he keeps like running after it to shoot it again. Keeps running out and he finds himself in the land of the Plishtim. When Yishbi and Noiv sees him, Amro, the Catalyst, the Galiasachi, that's the fellow. He's the one that killed Galias, my brother. Kafte, Kamte. He binds him, like bends him and binds him. Kamte, the Rashi says, he puts him under the olive press. Ba'isvei, B'shadye, Tusei, Beibadya. Puts him under the olive press. It's Abedle Nisa. A miracle happens. Machale ara mitusai. The land opens up, like softens from under him. So in other words, instead of getting pressed down into getting squashed, it gets soft under, so it just keeps going down. And the Dixiv, Tarchiv Tzadi Tachtai, it widens my footsteps from under me. Madu Karsulai, and my ankles are not, what is Madu? Not given way. Okay. That my feet did not slip. Okay. So that day, Yapani Dmali Shabbat was Friday. It was Erev Shabbos. Abishai ben Tzruya, who's one of David's his nephew and also his soldier, his general. Abikachayef Reshe Bedalit Garbi Demai, who was washing his hair with he was going to the mikveh, 4 barrels of water. Chasinu Kismidame, he sees drops of blood. Ikadamri Asiyane Chifkame. The dove came, a bird, and started to make a commotion. The Jewish people are compared to the bird, to the dove. The wings of a dove covered in silver. This must mean that David, king of Israel, is in trouble. Asal Abesi comes to his house. He doesn't find David there. Amar, he says, Tanan, it started in the Mishnah. You're not allowed to ride on his horse. You're not allowed to sit on his throne. You're not allowed to use the scepter. What about if it's a time of danger? I need a fast car. It's right? And I see David's horses over here. Let me use them. Also, Shalbei Midrash, he goes to the base medrash to ask if he's allowed to use them if David himself is in danger. Amalei b'shas it's going to shaper dummy. It's no problem. It's a danger. You're allowed to take them. Rachbi leprade, not a horse. He takes a mule. Kamba Azal gets up and he goes kafta leyara. Gets kvitzas aderech. Kvitzas aderech. The land under him shrinks, right? So everything shrinks under him. So he passes right over. Bahade de Kamaske, while he's running, or while he's traveling, Chazil Arpe Eme sees the Arpa, the mother of Yishbi, Davis Navla, that she was spinning thread. Chazisa, when she sees him, Paskasa Lepilcha, she breaks the spindle.
Breaks the thread off of the spindle.
Oh, she breaks the thread off the spindle. Shad Lave. She throws it at him. The spindle is a stick with a weight on it, right? It's a poke. It has like a hook, tie the thread to it, and then you spin the weight, and it pulls it down. It keeps spinning. It's like a dreidel in the air. It keeps spinning and pulling the thread to spin it out of the.
The Indian women do that.
Yeah.
You see that done today.
So she takes the thread off and then she throws it at him. Several Amikle, she tried to kill him. She tries to kill Avishai ben Sri. Amrlei, she says to him, Alam, Alam means strong boy, means a young man. Aisilach pelach, bring me my spindle. She's playing dumb. She's playing. Was the guy was saying was a guy was being taken into the emergency room because there was an axe in his back. Someone's running after him. He says, "What do you want?" He says, "I want my axe back." So anyway, here she wants her spindle. She wants her spindle back. Paske bereish meicha bekatle. He threw it at her head and killed her. Okay, she got it back. When Yishbi and Noiv sees him coming, Amar Yishbi is the one that has David and Ashta Habib Beitrei Oive. He says now there's two people. The Katli, they're going to kill me because he has David and Avishai's coming. It's going to be 2 against 1. Paskele David Leili throws David up in the air. And then he puts a spear into the ground. He says, Amar, Nepal let him fall on the spear and he'll die. For some reason, he doesn't want to just kill him. He wants to do these like strange things. Amar Avishai Shem. Avishai says the name of Hashem. And Ukmil David ben Shmailar, and David is held in midair. This has got to be a movie. Name David had better tricks. The Gemara is going to ask, why didn't David do that? Why didn't David himself say it? When a person's in trouble, he can't release himself. He needs someone outside. It probably means that the mindset, the person there isn't able to get that. What did Rabbi give this? I don't know where it says that. Is that the Gemara? Okay. Amalei, my bayasacha. He says, who said to who? What are you doing here? Oh, Avishai says to David. Amalei, Avishai says to David, what do you do? How do you end up here? So Amalei, David says, this is what Hashem told me. This is what I responded, going back to the conversation. Do you want to get taken by your enemy? Or do you want your children to be wiped out, your descendants to be wiped out? He said, let me be taken. Amalei, Avisha says, you better change around that davening. Be careful what you daven for. Let's switch this one. Barbrach Kira Lisbon, let your grandchildren sell wax. And you should not suffer. Push it down the road. Let them take it. Amalei Yachi Sayabad, and he says, okay, so help me daven. I know the Ksiv Vayazle Avish ben Tzriya. That's it. It says Avisha ben Tzriya helped him. Amar Vidam Rav Shazru B'Tfila means that he helped him in prayer. Amalei Avisha Shem. Avisha said the name of Hashem Va'achti, and he brought him down. He was Miria, right? Havi Karadif Basrayo. He's Karadif Basrayo. He's chasing after them. They were running away. Kimati Kuvi, when they came to Kumi, to the place called Kuvi, Amri Kumbe. What does that mean? It says, Amayid connected. We could stand against him. Kumbe, we could stand up against him. We don't have to keep running. Kimata Beitrei, when they came to a place called Beitrei, Amri betray Gurian Katlula Arye. 2 cubs and killed a lion. Amrilei, so they turned around to him. They said, Zila ishtakach la'arpa imach kivra. Go, you'll find the arpa, your mother is in her grave. So, when they mentioned the name of his mother, he felt he got weaker, and they were able to kill him. It weakened his morale. I know the ksiv, as nishbu anshe David loy lema le tetzei di tanel malchama le tichbes ner Yisrael. Don't come out to war with us. We don't want the light of Israel to be extinguished. 3 people, the land was shortened to them. Eliezer and Avram. Eliezer, the slave of Avram, when he went to get a shidduch. Yaakov Avinu, says Yaakov also, and Avisha ben Tzriya, and Avishai also, the land was shortened. Avisha ben Tzriya Adamer. Why doesn't it say Sanhedrin? He traveled 10 places in one day. Was a comment on that? It was the same page of Gemara. No, didn't it say that it was like Pizza Sadera? I don't know. Eliezer, but Avram, the Ksiv Eliezer, when he's speaking to the people, he says, I came today to the spring. The main Bedu Yom Nafak. It means that he left today and he came today. Yaakov Avinu the Ksiv Vayit Yaakov Beersheva Elacharana. Ksiv Vayifka b'Makam Yolinsham. It says that Yaakov went from Beersheva to Haran. Then it says he reached the place and he slept there. Kiva Shemesh, because the sun had set. Kimatul Haran, what happened there? He came to Haran and then he met the place midway. Amar Efshi Abarti Al Makim Shuspal Bi'Avayser and Elias Balalti by. It's possible I passed a place where my father's daven and I didn't daven there. Rashi says Avram and Yitzchak, and then he says that Yitzchak, it doesn't actually say in the pasuk that he davened there, but Avram it says that he davened. Says Yitzchak davened, but that was in the field. He wants to go back. Even the here once he thought to go back, the land shrunk. Immediately reached the place. When he reached the place, it means that he davened. Don't daven for these people. Don't have song and prayer, and don't pray to me. She went to sleep there because the sun had set. After he davened, he wants to go back. Tzaddik comes to the inn. He's going to leave without resting. Immediately the sun sets. So it says that the sun rose. Later on, it says the sun shone for him. And after he was limping by the angel, it says, did it shone for him? It doesn't shine for him, it shone for the world. The sun that set early for him now rose early for him. Okay. Minolan the Kali the Zari the David. How do you know that the David's descendants were wiped out? Atalia, the mother of Achazia, she wiped out all of the descendants. The Gemara says, no, she didn't. There was one left. The young boy, Yayash, who was 6 years old. They hit him in the base of English. But Yayash was left. So Sasam Nami Ashtaya of Yasik, the Ksiva Yimalit, Ben Echad, Lachimelech, Ben Achitz of Yasar. Says that there was one person that escaped from Noiv. His name was Evyasar. That was Evyasar the Kayan. Amar Rav Yehuda Amar Rav Yehuda says name of Rav Milmale Leinishtay Evyasar Lachimelech Ben Achitz Leinishtay Mizar Shal David Sorry to call it. If not for this one person that was saved from Noiv, so then no one would be saved from from the descendants of David. Why was someone saved from the descendants of David? Because someone was saved from knife. Right? David's descendants were killed because of what happened in knife. Okay. So because of Yasa that was saved, that's how Yoash was saved later. Okay, let's leave it over here.
It does.
Okay, everyone.
It does. I think the Marsha says that those 10 stops should have taken 10 days, but only took 1 day.
Right. So now I'm asking. So why in later on?
Why didn't I mention it over here as one of the places that are right? I don't know.
Maybe there's a difference in over here. He uses the expression "kafza layadera." Kafza layaretz. Kafza lamaretz. The earth shrunk. Over there, it just meant that he went fast. Doesn't mean the earth shrunk. That could be.
It wasn't that the earth shrank, it was just that you want really fast.
So what do you do with this Gemara? Okay. Okay.